So yeah, I grew up in a very broken family. Like my father, he like was very involved in surf. He used drugs. Like he was very difficult person. My mom, she has like a mental illness. She has like schizophrenia, so she wasn't normal. I was looking after her since I was 15, and I was very lost. Like I got involved in surf since I was a child. I grew up in surf competitions, like seeing my father judge like competitions in Brazil. And yeah, I started to surf bodyboard when I was a kid. When I was 15, I started to surf like with a shortboard, and I love it. So I became a surfer. I was surfing 3 times per day, stoked. But yes, it was very empty. And I remember that once my mom actually, she invited me for a church service in a Baptist church, and I went and I accepted Jesus, which was very random. And since that day, I just got like a big discernment between what was good and what was bad, which I didn't have before. Before, I just tried to be radical, like I would look for fights, I would just do whatever wasn't so nice because I needed attention. And then that was a little shift that I have. I started going to church, but then some old ladies, they came into my house and they just said to me, like, they came for a prayer meeting actually, and they're just like, you should stop surfing because that's not good for you. And then I was like, oh man, they're brainwashing me. I'm stopping going to church now. So I stopped going to church. Like 8 months later, I started to work in a surf store. So it was funny because like when I was working in the surf store, none of the owners was Christian. And just one of the guys, he has like participated from us. He was a part of a surf competition. He was competing in a surf competition. And the Christian Surfers Bible was one of the prize. Like it was in the gift kind of thing. And then he just dropped there. So it was just like sitting in the store. And then I just like literally, so I'm like, oh, that's actually a Bible, you know, like, and then I would just open and like read the testimonies of each surfers. And at the time I was really like, I knew all of them almost. And I was like, oh man, it's sick. Like this guy is Christian. I'm like, hey, I think CJ Hobbitt or like one of these guys, like I remember that I would like read the testimonies, and lots of surfers that like was one of my favorites. So they were there. And yeah, so it was pretty encouraging, I would say. So that was, I would say, how I started reading the Bible. I started to read the testimonies. And I was so inspired. I'm like, oh yeah, I want to have my life changed in this way. And inside this Bible was a fly as well, like with the day and the time where the meeting of Christian surfers would happen in Brazil. And it was in a suburb that I knew like a couple of people. So one day, randomly, I actually ran into a guy that lived there, and I met him before. And he was crazy. He like, from our crew, he was one of the craziest guys. Like he would be just all in drugs, like would do lots of wrong things, never say sorry. And then this day when I met him, and I'm like, oh, Rodolfo, that is a Christian surfers meeting in your suburb. Do you know anything about it? And he's like, yeah, I'm going and I'm a new man. And I was like, what? You are a new man? And he's like, why? Have I done something to you? And I'm like, I just found it weird. I wasn't Christian yet, so I was like, that's very strange. And then he's like, if you want to come, just let me know and you can come with me. And I was like, great. I never called him. I wouldn't go. Like 2 weeks later, I run into him, like in the beach. And then he's like, Ursula, Christian Surfers is today. Do you want to come? And I was like, I'll see. I was waiting on the bus, like, and then the bus was the best bus. That bus was actually not from God, because it was the one that was going straight to my house. So I'm like, look, I think I'm probably just gonna go home now. And then I heard a voice inside of me like saying, you do many things for you. Why don't you do one day for me? And then I went and I just found my tribe. Like everyone looked like me, like the songs were all like surf style, and they just embraced me and loved me. And then I became Christian, like for serious. Like next year I got baptized. And now, like 17 years later, I'm still here.